Well, hello again. Welcome to using this 12 steps that we just reviewed in these last weeks as a daily practice to an enlightened mind and the transcending of stress and suffering. Now, before I go into the simple practice that you can do, let me just say that there really are two paths to this idea of enlightening your mind and determining and realizing, not determining, but realizing who and what you really are, that which you don't have to do anything to attain. It's just a realizing of it. And it's said in the teachings that as you hear it first, the teachings, then you secondly begin to understand it with your mind to some degree, and then thirdly you begin to assimilate it and become a living reality that you are not this body-mind that's suffering, but you are that in which the body-mind is appearing, the light of consciousness. Now, mystical experiences like I've had, and at some point I might go into some of those, it's in the book. If my shadow's in the lead, that means my back is to the light, where I was really able to experience what has been called the uncreated light. It happened in the Temple of the Moon in Guatemala. I'm not going to go into it now. It also happened in New York City in a sound healing, a meditation I was having in a big auditorium. And what I experienced was this light, and I felt like it was a person. I had a feeling toward it, a love toward it. It had a love toward me that I felt palpable, like I was remembering an image, a time with my father, say, a loved one. And that was wonderful. The thing is that was a symbol. That which we are cannot be seen, cannot be heard, cannot be touched, and so forth, can't be thought about, because it's the one that's doing the seeing, hearing, touching, and tasting, and so forth. And so it's sort of back before the mind and the body. It's that ground of reality in which all this is appearing and disappearing. So when I saw the light, the uncreated light, it was a wonderful, powerful experience. But it wasn't until I began to investigate and ask, who am I, which is the other path, really looking at what you could call the self-knowledge school. Who am I really? What is my true self? And as I began to investigate that, I began to realize that this light was not an other. It may seem like that at times because it's so profound and so deeply moving, but it was more of a symbol of that which you and I are as the light of consciousness, which can't be seen but does the seeing, and so forth. Okay, with that in mind, let's begin how you can do this daily practice. So you begin with, who am I? Then breathing in, I am not this body. Why? Because this body is changing. It's been changing all through your life and in the course of a day. Sensations change. Feelings in your body change. I am not this body. Why? Exhale, because this body is seen and I am the seer. My hand doesn't see me, I see my hand. Breathing in, I am not this body. Why? Because this body is known and I am that which knows it. Breathing in again, I am not this body. Why? Because this body is experienced and I am that which experiences it. Again, my arm doesn't experience me, I experience my arm. Breathing in, I am not this body. Why? Because this body is a composite of many things and I feel myself to be one. One and not many. Breathing in, I am not this body. Why? Because this body is an exterior and I feel myself to be interior. In other words, this body is like a corporeal costume. It's a soul suit. Okay, next. Breathing in, am I the mind? I am not this mind. Why? Because the mind is changing. Thoughts come and go like the stream of thoughts, and I am unchanging. Breathing in, I am not this mind. Why? Because this mind is seen and I am that which sees the thoughts. The thought 2 plus 2 doesn't see me, I see it. Breathing in, I am not this body. Why? Because this body is known, and I am that which knows it. Breathing in, I am not this body. Why? Because this body is experienced, and I am the experiencer. Next, I am not this life energy coursing through me. Why? Because this life energy is changing. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I'm energized. Breathing in, I'm not this life energy. Why? Because this life energy is seen, and I am the seer. The life energy doesn't see me, I see it. I see if I'm tired, I see if I'm excited, I see how it's expressing through me, through the body. Breathing in, I am not this life energy. Why? Because this life energy is known by me, and I am that which knows it. Breathing in, I'm not this life energy. Why? Because I am that which experiences the life energy, and the life energy is experienced. Breathing in, I am not this restful blankness of deep sleep. Why? Because this restful blankness is changing, and I am unchanging. It comes and goes, but I remain. Breathing in, I am not this restful blankness of deep sleep. Why? Because this restful blankness of deep sleep is seen, and I am that which sees it. I am not this restful blankness of deep sleep. Why? Because this restful blankness of deep sleep is known, and I am that which knows it. Breathing in, I am not this restful blankness of deep sleep. Why? Because this restful blankness is experienced, and I am that which experiences it. And remember, deep sleep is not an absence of experience or an absence of awareness. It's the experience of absence. It's of objects. It's the awareness of the absence of objects. Now, breathing in, I am not this life story. I tell myself. Why? Because breathing out, this life story is changing, and I am unchanging. Just like the movie on the screen is going through all these changes, and I, as the audience, a member of the audience, is watching that, and I'm not changing. Breathing in, I am not this life story. Why? Because this life story is seen by me, and I am that which sees, like the audience seeing the movie. Breathing in, I am not this life story. Why? Because this life story is known by me, and I am that which knows it. Breathing in, I am not this life story. Why? Because this life story is experienced by me, and I am not. I am the experiencer. Okay. Now, therefore, who am I? What am I if I am not these things? I am that which is eternal. Why? Because I am the ever-present common denominator element of every experience I have, without which this light of consciousness, without this, there would be no experience. Breathing in, I am that which is eternal. Why? Because I am that which experiences time. Time does not experience me. I experience before and after, past, present, and future. Past, present, and future, or before and after, do not experience me. In that sense, I am outside time. I am eternal. Breathing in, I am that which is infinite, unlimited. Why? Because I am that which experiences space. Space does not experience me. Space is here and there, inside and out, and I am that which experiences here and there, of the body being here and your body being there. I am that, as awareness, the light of consciousness, I am that which experiences the body and the mind here and the other there. Okay. Breathing in, I am that which is like space. Why? Because everything appears in me as the background in which everything is coming and going. So I'm like space, like an inner space. Breathing in, I am that which is like space. Why? Because I am like the sky in which the clouds are flowing through, unaffecting me. Planes are going through. If it's wartime, there's bombs going off. But I am that space which is unaffected, like the space of a room where the objects can do whatever they're doing and it's not going to affect me. Breathing in, I am that which is like silence. Why? Because I am that in which the sounds appear and disappear. The honking of the horns outside, the sound of the birds singing, dogs barking. I am that in which that silent space of sound, that silent space in which sounds are arising and passing away. Okay, breathing in. I am that which experiences. Why? Because I am that ever-present background in which every seeming thing in the universe is appearing and disappearing. I am that vast. You and I are that vast. So breathing in, I am that which witnesses the three states of waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Why? Because I am unchanging and the states come and go. Waking is there, then there's dreaming, then there's deep sleep, and the process between dreaming and deep sleep may go on 4 or 5 times a night, depending on how many hours you're sleeping. So, breathing in, I am that which witnesses the three states. Why? Because I am that which witnesses, is aware of the waking mind, the waking body, and the waking world or universe. The dream body, the dream mind, and the dream universe, and the deep sleep darkness. I am unchanging, and that comes and goes. Lastly, I am that which dreams all this. Why? Because just like in a nighttime dream, I am the one thing in which the dream is appearing. Just like the mind is the one thing that the nighttime dream is appearing in. And like the nighttime dream, you can say, I am that which dreams all this. Why? Because I am that ever-present element of experience in which all this is appearing like a dream. Remember, the memory of this morning and the imagining of the future are all taking place in me. So just like in a dream, every element of the dream, as I breathe in, every element of the dream is made up of mind, and just like breathing out, every element of all I experience is made of consciousness. Because I don't know anything apart from consciousness. Consciousness plus an object is our experience. Awareness plus the object, awareness and an object like the desk it gives experience. So when you're doing I am that which dreams all this, why? Because I am that in which all this is appearing. So remember, you can do this simple affirmation during the day. I am that in which all this is appearing like a dream. And as you exhale, and I am that which is appearing as all this, as in a dream at night. So in a dream at night, remember, the people, places, and things, the car that almost hits you, the tree that falls, the plane that soars in, the attractive woman that you meet, are all not a separate thing. They're not all a second thing. They are all you, mind. They're all made of mind, the producer, director, and so on. You can always review the other step, but in terms of just a daily practice, you just say, I am that which dreams all this. Why? Because all this is an appearance in me, just like a nighttime dream. And so with that in mind, lastly you say, and since everything is like a dream, since this life is a dream, I can choose to make it a good dream, a happy dream, or I can choose it to make it a nightmare, depending on what I'm telling myself, what my thoughts are. And that's where the mind, as it becomes enlightened, it's at more peace, it's more filled with love, and it's more filled with joy. And so in that space, shifting our identity to that light of consciousness enables you to be having this be a much better experience. Even if you end up with cancer, even if you end up with some other life-threatening disease like these great masters, yes, the truth is my throat is hurting. If I had that cancer, it's hurting. Yet I am not affected by this cancer. I am not affected by it, but the body is. And that's one of the stories I heard told by Swami Sarvapriyananda. Now, lastly, I want to mention, you'll see a link below for Sadguru's exercise called Isha Kriya. I-S-H-A, and then Kriya, K-R-I-Y-A. Isha means source, like as God or the creation, creative power of the universe. And Kriya is an action. And it means the action of turning inward toward that source, toward consciousness. And so in his Isha Kriya, he'll just simply, it's good to listen to his voice, and he'll say, I am not the body, breathing in as exhales, I'm not even the mind. And that's all he'll be saying. I'm not the body, and I'm not even the mind. Now I invite you to take a look at what is mind? What's your experience of mind? It's not a chunk of something. It's not like some sort of a ethereal brain. It's more like the activity of thinking, or it's more like a series of thoughts and images. That's how we experience the mind. And how do we experience the body? It's really, if you close your eyes, it's a cluster of sensations ever changing, just like the mind's ever changing thoughts. So in another sense, the body is an activity. It's the activity of sensing and through the body perceiving, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling the world. Okay, so I advocate, as you do the Isha Kriya with Sadguru, when you get to the part where he ends speaking and he does the chanting, doing the ah, you can go ahead through that, and if you want, while you're doing the ah, you can say again, I am not the body, and ever-changing cluster of sensations and perceptions, and I am not even the mind, an ever-changing series of thoughts and images. And you could also do, saying to yourself, I am not the body, the activity of sensing and perceiving, and I am not even the mind, the activity of thinking and imagining. Okay, so you have some things you can begin to practice, because our mind, we've spent all these years identified with the body, and if you've had experiences of past lives, you're deeply identified with the body-mind there. And as you grow up as a little child in this lifetime, you're deeply identified, rooted in this identity. We're talking about shifting your identity to a different center, a center of consciousness in which this is appearing. Mind, body, and world. Mind, the activity of thinking and imagining. Body, the activity of sensing and perceiving. And world, that which is being perceived, seen, heard, touched, tasted, and smelled. Okay, have a great week, and I'll see you next week.